You know what I've been hearing a lot about is this word being thrown around about boundaries. Boundaries this, boundaries that. And, we're so quick to be like, cut people off who aren't honoring your boundaries and who aren't respecting your boundaries. It's about are your employees not respecting your office hours, or are your clients like pressuring you or bullying you into giving them a discount? Are your clients maybe calling you on your cell phone on the weekends and you actually answer, right? Where you have had these things in place of a boundary to make sure that you leave time and space to do other things, right? For yourself, for your friends, for your family, for your own well-being. And I hear this thing so much on social media, especially about boundaries. Like if they don't respect your boundaries, like throw them out, throw them to the wolves, get them out of here, kind of a thing, shut the door on them. And what I don't really see that they ask you to consider, and what I'm gonna ask you to consider is, I really do see that people around us tend to be mirrors. And so when we find ourselves meeting with people that are not honoring our boundaries, it makes me wonder, what is this person reflecting back to me? And the question that then follows is, where am I not honoring my own boundaries, which then energetically kind of gives the other person permission to not honor them either. And so this is where I would really invite like self-reflection to be like, is there somewhere within the relationship with myself that I'm not saying what I'm gonna do? Like I'm not doing what I'm saying I'm going to do. You're following me here. Or that I'm falling short of a standard that I have set for myself. Because here's the thing, we are energetic beings, right? We vibrate on energy and we emit energy, and once we are holding ourselves to a certain standards, other people start to fall in line as well. And so when I continuously see people complaining to me about they're not respecting my boundaries and they're not, and they're so quick to cut them off and to punish them, as opposed to bringing it back with themselves and then saying, well, where are you not honoring your own boundaries? Are you going to the gym like you said you would this many times a week? Are you adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet like you said you would in the beginning of the year? Are you going to bed at a certain time that you agreed with yourself is what time you need to go to bed so that you can feel refreshed in the morning? Every time we chip away at these standards that we're holding for ourselves, we're actually chipping away at our own boundaries that we set for ourselves. And then that puts us on a playing field where we then invite other people to also not honor our boundaries. And this is one of the things that I thought was super important. And I've heard from a couple of people that have been reading my ebook that this has been their most impactful chapter, is when I talk about boundaries, because too many times we talk about boundaries as it relates to our relationships and people outside of us, where we forget to consider the relationship that we have with ourselves and the standards we are holding ourselves, and also rising up ourselves to meet those standards. And so it's also something that I would invite you to consider. I go into a whole chapter about boundaries, and not just external, but also internal boundaries, and how we can honor them and move through them easier so that we are not caught in this, they're not respecting my boundaries and now I gotta close the door on them and I gotta kick them out of my life. Well, whoa. Maybe we need to honor our own boundaries as an example so that other people will also take our boundaries seriously and also want to honor them, because our relationships with others also mirror the relationship we have with ourselves. And that's something that I really put a lot of value into, because it's not always the other person that's the problem. Most of the time, the problem is me. Most of the time, the people that I'm coaching, the problem is within them and how they are showing up. And we come from a society that it's so easy to point the fingers outwards, as opposed to like, well, let me let me look at this mirror really quick and let me see what is it that I need to shift so that everything else kind of ripples into place as well. I'm leaving the link here below in case you are interested in learning a little bit more about boundaries and how it can show up in different ways in the elevation journey. This is my ebook where I really talk about 5 different things that have really helped me to literally just elevate my life, and continues. These are things that I didn't just do once. I continually do them, and I continually go deeper into these 5 different things to help me continue to elevate my lifestyle. I'm leaving the link here. I hope you check it out. I'll see you in the next one.